And now for something completely different.
Oh, no more Yankee, my wanky. The donga need food.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it!
A few moments later.
Minnie, are we live? I don't have your audio.
Says I'm good. I don't know. I don't know why you don't have it.
Well, I got it now, so obviously it was on your end because I heard the whole intro. and
Oh,
I
it's
couldn't hear
always
your
my
freaking
fault.
voice.
It's
Oh,
always my fault.
God damn it, Minnie, it is.
Always.
Oh,
Always.
God damn it, Minnie, it is.
Yeah, who got who in more
Well,
trouble?
I didn't do anything different. I didn't touch any of the controls.
No, no.
I didn't do anything.
Let's
and all
just
of a
go-
sudden, okay, you go off the air, and now you're back on air, and all of a sudden I can hear you, and now it's not your fault?
No, it wasn't my fault. I didn't change shit. I didn't touch it. I just went
didn't
and looked
touch
at
anything.
settings. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I didn't touch anything. I went on the private chat to tell you don't have no audio. Next thing you know, I can hear you.
That's what you told Randy too, right? I didn't touch nothing. Sassard.
Oh, State? That guy? I'm like, who the hell's Randy?
That's the only staff and CEO I will ever call by that name. So you should automatically know who that is. All right. We're good. You're good? Wow.
I can hear you fine now, bro.
Great.
There's
great.
no audio. I bet you when you play this back, you won't even be able to hear your own audio.
I bet you're wrong.
I bet you I'm right.
All
I
right.
bet dollars to donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Donuts are probably $1 a piece these days. I don't know, or more. So I won't be coming out.
You
As
do
a
have to
saint-
make your way out here eventually. You know that, right?
To Ohio?
Yeah. You haven't seen the kids? You haven't seen the house? You haven't seen Carl?
Okay, all right. Carl's a monster.
Yeah, he is a monster, man.
Carl's a monster. He came a long way from the pup that you rescued from the Humane Society.
$5,000 leg to boot.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Without further ado, the next contributor to Sports Church. It's been a minute since he's been here, but he's going to be around for quite a few episodes after this. He's from the great state of Wisconsin. If you are listening on earbuds or have your TV turned up, please hit the mute button. He has a very unique way of signing on. What's up, dude?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but yeah, you probably won't be able to hear yourself when you listen to it back. I think you're.
Thank you.
God,
Your mic,
Thank you.
I couldn't.
Thank you.
I couldn't
Thank
hear you
T.
either, and actually, I noticed
Thank you.
when I looked. You know where it says Friar Me in that red box there? There was a little muted microphone icon next to it. So your mic was muted.
In your complete goofery, Minnie. In your complete goofery. Push the blame onto the pook. You should be ashamed.
Yeah, I think your mic was muted is all it was.
I can't hear you, Pook. What'd you say?
You're just like you're meant. Just like you're meant.
I love you, man. You're my boy, Blue.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, Randy State used to blame me for everything too.
Oh,
Just
I know.
like your mentor.
My mentor? He wasn't
You're
my
just
mentor.
Your mentor.
No, not at all.
Not to bring up any more technical difficulties, but we got the bar background too instead of the sports
Oh,
church
son
background
of a
going on.
bitch.
Where are the pull
Which
tabs?
we're
I don't see
it's
any
my
pull
fault.
tabs.
It's
This
kind of
can't
my
be
fault we didn't do the
Wisconsin.
bar last night. I was
It
like,
is
oh,
completely your fault, you fuck.
yeah, I was
told
like,
you ahead of
my-
time for a reason. Because, like, I know there's fights coming up, so I'm gonna call and lock them in for the
well,
bar.
and then my brother texts me. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get the fights tonight." I'm like, "All right, well, I guess I'm gonna go watch the fights by my brother's house." And then later on, it's like, "Oh no, we're gonna go over by our cousin Henry's house." And I'm like, I don't want to drive all the way back afterwards because it's like, I'm probably gonna be drinking while watching the fights, and I feel like driving back after having drinks. So then I didn't even end up going to watch the fights.
You fuck.
So, yeah, I fucked it all up.
You didn't watch the fights?
Oh,
I watched
God.
all the prelims, but I didn't watch I didn't watch
T.
the main card. No.
I'll tell you what, man. That was your
Were
loss.
they good? Yeah,
It
they
was
were
your
good
loss.
fights, huh?
It was your. I never did my intro. Let us proclaim the mystery of old roosters getting completely murdered by young fighters. And once again, oh my God, Patty the baddie. Whoa, Patty the baddie. Whoa, Patty the baddie. Huge
All
fan,
right.
huge fan of Patty.
Next up, we call him Pops because he's my Pops. He's been in the auto racing industry for over 50 years. He watches F1. He watches midgets. He watches NASCAR. He's all up in it. Without further ado, here comes Reverend Pops.
Yo, we made it.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna get out of this one, John.
Oh. Do you want to get me into something or do you want me to get you into something first?
All I can tell you is I sent you a text message yelling, "No audio."
Okay. So you took your shot, right? I'm going to take my shot.
Okay, go for it.
Guess what Pops did this week?
Twice.
Yeah, I heard
Got our
about this.
fucking zero turn stuck. Now, what did John do? What did Minnie do? Minnie went to the fucking mat and got it unfucking stuck.
One time.
One time. Only one time. Only one time. Right. Okay. All right. And then the next fucking day, guess what happens?
I got it stuck again.
He fucking stuck on a zero turn in the lawn again.
But in a different part of the lawn.
Yeah.
It was a totally different
Well,
part of
that
the
makes it better. And
After you
so-
get like flood level waters from the rain,
yeah,
you're not
maybe
supposed
not
to go try to mow
mow.
the lawn.
Maybe not mow. And yeah, and so guess what? Before the show, I'm like, fuck it. I'm kind of half in the bag. Grab the key, turn it on. I'm getting this bitch out of here. And fucking got it out. It's now parked in front of the garage. We are not taking the mower out for like 2-3 days. I don't care what the neighbors say. Actually, the dad did a great
They
job.
can't see anything anyway. It's all
Yeah,
backyard.
Pops did a great job on the front of the yard, so we're good on that part. But yeah, 2-3 more days, we're gonna do the back. But yeah, Pops had to take that shot at me, and I'm like, really?
Hey,
Okay.
Man, there's something else,
the
man.
neat thing is-
Here you are in your goofery, blaming everything on the poop dog, and then you can't eat your humble pie. You got to take it out on Pops to tell stories out of school. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, man. Hard to believe, man.
Oh. I had
All
it coming. I mean, tell you, we got that damn thing stuck so bad.
Yeah. I don't know who this.
I had 3 of the 4 wheels on the ground.
I don't know who this
I
we
couldn't move.
is. I don't know who this we is. Who's this we? You and the mouse in your pocket?
Oh wow, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, get Minnie fired up.
All right. Look, Pook, I'm going to let you start as usual, but not with MMA. We got to start with the NCAA tournament. All right.
No, you got to understand something. In the world that the Pook lives in, right? Curious George has a tail. You know,
Yeah.
It was mirror, mirror on the wall. You know, not magic mirror. You know, it was Luke, I'm your father. That's the world I live in. And obviously we're in the wrong timeline because Duke lost. Obviously.
Yes.
Obviously we're in the wrong time. Duke choked. Obviously we have to be in the wrong timeline. Obviously.
I'm
we're stuck.
perfectly fine with Duke joking.
You still won. You still won the the challenge within the veteran group.
Oh, how
You
disgusting.
still won. But I mean, like, you beat me by like, I don't know, like 3 picks or something like that. It was like, because we both had Duke. So it was down the wire. And speaking
Neither one
of
of
that,
us should have won. We both had Duke. All the top seeds made the Final Four. That doesn't say much for our competition that we were up against. I'll say that.
No.
All the top teams made it to the Final Four?
Yeah, all the
That's
top
pretty
good.
seeds made it to the Final Four. Like
first
the second
time,
in
I
history.
don't know. Yeah, second time in history that all number 1 seeds made it to the Final Four.
Yeah, first
here's-
time in
here's the
modern
thing.
history.
Here's the bitch. I was in an eliminator pool, right? It got up to $18,000. My first 4 picks were New Mexico, Colorado, Wisconsin, Illinois. Boom, made it through that round. Next 2 picks, Illinois, Michigan State. Boom, made it to the next round. Next 2 picks, Purdue, Alabama. Boom. I'm 2 picks away from the fucking money. And I'm looking at Florida and Auburn, and I'm like, fuck. I need to get into the next round. I don't trust Auburn. I'm going to take Florida. And it pigeonholed the fuck out of me. Because the other 3 teams I had left were Duke, Houston, and Auburn. And guess what happened? Florida beat Auburn. And Houston won to defeat Duke. I lost out on $18,000. Dude, I already had my windows bought.
Well, if you,
I had my windows bought in my house. All my windows bought in my house on that fucking thing. I'm like, I'm in it, and it fucking fucked me.
If you would have shut off the game with a minute and like 30 seconds to go, you would have just thought Duke won for sure. I mean, how did they lose? It's incredible to watch them implode like that.
It was fucking. Yeah, I didn't watch that game, to be honest with you, because after. The only game I watched was Florida and Auburn because I had all my hopes on Auburn. If Auburn beat Florida, I'm in the money for sure. Split or not, I'm in the money, and it didn't happen. So,
does Cooper Flag go in the NBA now? Does he take another shot?
Yeah, he's going
for sure. For sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, okay. I don't think there's any discussion really that he's not gonna go to the draft.
I mean, he's probably getting paid pretty good at Duke. I mean, might as well take another shot at it. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
if I had that bad taste in my mouth, oh my god, man.
That's a lot of money to lose out on.
He's the NBA.
Yeah,
sure.
he's getting paid at Duke. Yeah, he's not poor, but yeah, he's gonna make a lot more. And it's more about getting to that second contract. As far as going to the NBA, getting those years in and getting that second contract, that's when he's going to get the real money.
Gotcha. All right, Pook. Anything else? Anybody else got anything to say on that?
No, I want to forget about it, man. I want to forget about that bracket.
I kind of do too.
Everything.
You won though, Pook. You won,
bro. Yeah, I was in a lot of brackets, and I could have won a lot of money. I would have won if Duke wins. I win a whole lot of money, not 18,000, but a whole lot of money. Yeah. And instead, I'm sitting here wondering why I'm sitting in the wrong timeline. Where Duke lost. I don't get it. I don't get it. It just doesn't.
Whatever happened to the phrase "anyone but Duke"? You guys both picked them.
I don't know. Here's the thing.
You gotta understand. I've been a fan of Duke since Coach K. I love Duke. And I know people like, you didn't go to Duke. Well, I didn't go to Notre Dame either. Here's the thing, I didn't go to any school. So, and I watched that team, Bobby Hurley, Christian Laettner, Grant Hill. That was amazing what they were able to do, man. And the Duke teams that they don't choke like that, man.
And I've hated Duke. I've hated Duke since they beat Wisconsin in the championship game that year that Wisconsin took out Kentucky in the Final Four when Kentucky was
you knew that was going to happen. It was brutal. It was a good game, though.
I've hated Duke ever since.
Yeah, I get it. But it is what it is. All right, Pook.
But
we're not doing it anymore.
So do you guys think now with NIL, this is basically what the Final Four is going to look like coming in the future? Because you're going to have all these top conferences now. You're not going to get the Cinderellas anymore because nobody's getting the time to develop those players. The players that are really good on these Cinderella teams are going to all transfer before they have that.
On football, I would say it's over. On baseball, I would kind of say it's possibly over, but college basketball, little different.
And next
year, the pool of players is greater. The pool of players is greater. So you can do like what Villanova has done, which is win the national championship during NIL, which is just get a bunch of kids who are pretty good, not getting big money, not going to Duke, not going to North Carolina, not going to fucking Kentucky or Gonzaga or whatever. and you can put them together, coach them up for 3 years, and fucking win a national championship with them. I think that is still 100% possible. Baseball, maybe a little bit better, but football fucking over. Like the big conferences, they own that shit now. They have the money. There's a much limited amount of players compared to baseball, compared to basketball. So we'll see.
And also next year is going to be filling out a bracket even more annoying because aren't they going to 78 teams next year?
Oh, what the fuck?
terrible.
What the fuck for?
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Yeah, this is the last year.
64 is already too many.
This is the last. This is
I'm
last year.
not joining a pool. I'm not making a bet on anything other than 64. Like, why are you doing this? Oh, I know, money. But
yep, exactly.
Yeah, money for sure. But other than that, like,
but yeah, next year
right.
it goes. I think it's 78 next year.
Jesus,
Terrible, just terrible. How horrifying.
And
all right.
It's still you're still gonna have Selection Sunday, and whoever's on the bubble is still gonna be upset that they didn't make it. They're always like, "Oh well, Indiana should have been in, or West Virginia should have been in these last choices." It's like you're gonna have the same arguments next year. It doesn't matter how far you expand this. There's always gonna be somebody felt slighted, and it's gonna be, dude, you were 7th in your conference or whatever.
Right.
Lay off. It's not that big of a deal, really.
Gotcha. All right, Pook. Are you ready to get into
that brings us to our first slide. We're going to bring our coverage to the first fight that I really paid attention to, even though I watched some of the other prelim fights. The Dan Ige, Sean Woodson fight. You got that slide. It's the first one I sent you. It's number 1.
I did see this fight.
Hell yeah. You saw Dan Ige completely redeem himself against the puzzle that was Sean Woodson. Man, what a fight, huh? What a fight for Ige anyway. Impressive.
Yeah, I mean, Woodson was doing really good in the first and second round. Ige rocked him in that third round. And I mean, I did think they stepped in a little bit early on it, but I don't know. He probably would have finished him if it would have went on a little longer. But it did look like Woodson was trying to transition from the single into the double, but I don't think he would have been successful on it. So
gonna put a wild idea out there for UFC to do. How about we match up Joe versus Joe? Joe is fighting to pay off his mortgage. The other Joe is fighting to pay off the fact that he married a stripper and ruined his credit. Let's go. Boom. $100,000 purse. Let's do it. Can we do that, Pooh?
We already got the ladies fighting. Why are we doing this? Well, let's watch the best of the best, man.
Fine.
Let's watch them compete, man.
Moving on. I thought it was a good idea.
Yeah, okay. So that brings us to the second slide, number 2. It ain't a slide, actually. It's actual footage of the fight. Dominic Reyes.
Is that it?
That would be a still.
God damn it, dude! Is that the 2B you snuck in there?
No, the 2B is is going to be our third. Is going to actually be number 3, but 2B because I wanted to forget the Bryce Mitchell fight, but I can't forget the Bryce Mitchell fight because it's too great a submission. It was just amazing submission. So, but that brings us to Dominic Reyes.
Yeah, that's what all right, I got it. Dominic Reyes fight. Holy shit.
The one below the one you highlighted.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
He fought Nikita Krylov as a underdog here. He wasn't so well. It was somewhat of a coin flip, $150, I think. It was like almost a 2-1 favorite. He was a 2-1 underdog, and he said you're going to see he's not just back. He's improved, and I believe he's improved.
There you go.
Take a look at this.
Wait a minute, I want to watch that again.
That's cool.
Oh, okay.
Not an early stoppage there.
No.
Definitely not an early stoppage.
My
Definitely
internet's
not
crap.
early
I didn't see it at all. Damn it. Damn internet.
All right.
Now, this is going to be this will be number 3, right?
Rodriguez. Yeah, Rodriguez.
Yeah, Yair Rodriguez.
All right, man.
Yair Rodriguez versus Pitbull.
Versus
And here, Pitbull's long in the tooth, man.
I guess so.
Pitbull's. This is another rooster getting slayed, but I mean, unanimous decision. I don't have a problem with it, though. I don't have a problem with this unanimous decision. He got beat every round from what I saw.
There was a good left hand.
Oh.
Yeah, they had 27-30 all the way through, didn't they?
There was a good left hand.
Yeah, that's one more time just for the fans.
There was a good left hand.
That hurt. That hurt a little bit.
Pook did this one more time, and it's probably a Freudian thing because I hate watching Bryce Mitchell get destroyed. But Bryce Mitchell got subbed out something fierce. Jean Silva. And that's that 2B I sent you. Go ahead and pull that up. That's the very last one I sent you. And it's okay, man. It's the very last one I sent you. And it's worth taking a look at because Bryce Mitchell claims this man's possessed. He fought like a man possessed.
Is this John Silva, right? Yeah,
John
Silva. I got the neck choke. All right.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. They call that a ninja choke. Damn near broke Bryce Mitchell's neck.
But he's not doing much. There it is. Hook to the body. Look at this.
Gets him in that standing choke, and then bam!
Oh wow, he's just controlling him like crazy.
He tapped, but he's out. Look at him.
Yeah. And Mikhail Oleksiejczuk now with them as well.
He's out. He came
nasty choke.
Here's the thing: Joe Rogan and these guys were talking about how composed Jean Silva was, and how relaxed he was. Man, I don't think I've ever seen a fighter come into the ring, and I've watched a lot of fights. I've watched a lot of fights.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen a fighter come in looking that intense, coming into the ring. Like a bloodlust. Like
dude, that's saying a lot. Think of just the history of
Wanderlei
UFC
Silva, man.
MMA.
How some of the Wanderlei Silva
pride and everything like that.
Wanderlei Silva. This guy looked like he was on something.
Yeah, the old axe murderer.
Freaking this guy's got some. I think he might have devils in his head. He might be infected with devils. He actually might be infected with devils. Bryce Mitchell might be right.
Come on,
oh my god,
that's fine. Like the greatest artists. Come on, let's look at the greatest artists who've ever painted. They're all batshit crazy, right? Greatest poets, pretty much all batshit crazy. Greatest novelists, kind of batshit crazy, and it just goes. I hope you're getting my theme. But the best fighters, the elite, the 1%, the outliers, they're fucking out of their goddamn minds. Hey, how do you explain this to a girl you meet in a bar? Oh, what do you do for a living? I beat the shit out of people. What? Yeah, it's an organized thing. I get paid money, but like I fight other guys all the time, and sometimes I lose, get the shit beat on me, but most of the time I win. Okay, I'm gonna go see Becky. See what she's doing. Like, yeah, like what the fuck? Like, you gotta be out of your mind.
Reminds me of, have you ever watched the movie Goon when Doug is like explaining to the guys at synagogue what he does for a living when he was a bouncer at a bar? And
My wife.
No,
I bounced in the other Jewish guys like, what? You mean like a basketball?
No, not like a basketball. Hi, my wife.
That's a
all
great
right,
movie if you've never watched it. Goon.
Okay, now you can pull up that Yair Rodriguez Pitbull clip.
See, I'm all out of fucking clips now. So
no, it's the one that you tried pulling up.
All right, I got it. Keep your fucking panties in it. I'm wearing boxer shorts. Are you wearing?
I'm wearing boxer shorts.
You got the balls just flying free.
I'm wearing boxer
Perfect.
shorts. I'm wearing boxer shorts.
Good left hand.
The one we just
Ow!
watched a little while ago.
Rodriguez has Pitbull on the ropes.
That's pretty much how the whole fight went.
Huge connection,
It was a
Rodriguez.
unanimous decision. I don't have a
Yeah.
problem with it. And Pitbull's getting old, and it would have been nice to see him in the UFC maybe 5 years ago.
Right.
After watching that.
Yeah, when he was
performance.
dominating Bellator. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been cool, man. Even 2 years ago would have probably been cool. 5 years ago would have been awesome. But yeah, I don't have a problem with that decision at all. Okay, we got another clip,
Well,
and it's gonna be Patty the Baddie smash my
No, ain't he in UFC?
who
He
pay
ain't
the
no?
Baddie?
Yeah.
Hey, the Baddie 8-0 in UFC. Is it 8-0? I believe you, Pops. I haven't seen him lose yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the celebration afterwards. They're obviously protecting the footage of the knockout. It was a TKO stoppage. Freaking Michael Chandler's face was smashed from a flying knee.
Yeah.
He got hit with a flying knee. His cheek was, but he's probably going to have reconstructive facial surgery. I wouldn't doubt after this one. It was a bad one. It was a bad one. It was a bad one. He kind of covered up and it was getting ground and pound right there when they stopped the fight. The real damage came from that knee, and it was followed up by shot
Coop,
after
you got a
shot.
question.
How
many
old
elbows?
is Chandler?
How many elbows to the back of the head is Patty allowed? Apparently, there was a lot. AKA Poster Boy. Chris Benoit calling it out a little bit.
Chris Benoit, I don't know. I mean, did you
Calling
call a
it
foul
out.
there? Did you call a foul there? You DQ Patty there? I don't think you can. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know.
All right.
Were those shots intentional too? You know, I mean, you got a guy squirming around on the ground and covering up. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right.
I don't
What's
know.
the next one?
That's our dead rooster, Michael Chandler. Our next one's and I just have a still shot of it. It's Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez. And
It doesn't look
Diego
good.
Lopez. Well, Diego
Doesn't
Lopez
look
was
good.
game. Diego Lopez was game in this fight.
It
he
doesn't
was
look like
game.
it at that point.
Well, I had both fighters. Well, there's a reason Alexander Volkanovski won. There's a reason Volk won. I mean, he definitely won on the scorecards. He definitely won on Poop's scorecard. He might have took more
That's
damage
what
in this
matters,
fight.
baby.
He might have actually took more damage in this fight. I mean, we score round by round, right? And he pretty much dominated. He dominated this fight with a jab. He completely dominated the fight, honestly. But Diego Lopez was very game. Had his moments. I actually wanted to see an overtime, man. We had 5 rounds. They probably could have won another 3-4 rounds, man. Diego Lopez never quit. He was a freaking game fighter in this. And it was for the vacated champion, Ilia Topuria. He's moving out. He's going to fight Islam Makhachev. He's moving up in weight classes, and I guess what's being said behind the scenes, or maybe even in front of the scenes now, is Dana White don't want a champ unless he's willing to defend both titles. So Ilia Topuria, Ilia vacated his title, and left the vacant title, and this was for the vacant featherweight title. And
what's featherweight?
What was that 145?
Jesus Christ, that's crazy.
I mean, these guys probably, if you're looking at Volk, he probably walks around at 170, 180. These guys cut a lot of weight, man.
Yeah.
These guys cut a lot of weight to get down to that, you know, and that's the advantage of being a wrestler too all your life. Not that I don't know about Volk being a wrestler all his life, but I mean, these guys, they like it. They don't want a hydration test. You know, they don't want anything to change. They don't want to.
They need a hydration test. I'm sorry. It's just they do need to do that. I mean, if they're doing it at the amateur levels, it should be a fucking pro thing, right?
They do it at one. Also, they do the hydration test too. They won't hand out bonuses to guys. They'll still have the fights if you fail the hydration test, but you can't get your bonus. And if you're a belt holder, you forfeit your belt if you if you don't pass the hydration test.
I'm already terrified because Edith is already taking down James in fucking fights. And it's like, oh, well, I guess my girl's going to be a softball pitcher and or a female wrestler because she just goes at him. And he's just like, he don't know what to do. He's like, am I supposed to yeah, dude, take her on. And she just fucking wrestles the shit on him. It's hilarious. But yeah. I
know I'm skipping around a little bit here because I want to go back to Patty the Batty a little bit before we move on. I want to talk a little bit about BJ Penn. I think I might have spoke about BJ Penn
I got a BJ Penn thing in there.
Right. But before we get into that real quick, before we put
is this conspiracy theory shit?
It's weird. It's weird, and we'll get into it. But before we get into that, I want to talk about Patty the Batty a little bit because I actually made a bet on Patty the Batty. I actually won some money this UFC 314. I actually won some money for a change. I thought Patty the Batty had a good chance of beating Michael Chandler. I didn't know that he'd be ragged on him the way he was.
Yeah.
He was ragged on him in the third round. It was incredible, man. The first round was pretty close. The second round was all Patty. And then the third round, he was ragged down on Chandler. And if you look at Chandler's physique, it don't even make sense. His wrestling background and his physique compared to Patty's, it don't make sense the way he got slammed around. Patty was slamming him around, and it wasn't the way I thought Patty was going to win this fight at all, man. And I thought there was a chance that, Patty would be able to reverse with sweeps and things and jiu-jitsu moves, would be able to reverse things and maybe get a sub on Chandler, who I thought was the better wrestler. Oh my God, that third round. Woo! Patty, man, look out, man. Patty might be the champ one day. I mean, oh yeah, man. Oh man.
He's asking for a top 5 fight.
Oh, I think he wins his next fight. How you like that, Pops? I mean, we'll see what the odds makers say. I think they'll see it my way too. I don't, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. That's yet to get. The hype train was definitely not derailed when it comes to Patty. That's for sure. Whoa, man. Whoa, mammy. Well, that was something else. But let's get on to BJ Penn. So BJ Penn is pretty much CTE'd out, and there's allegations of meth use. And he thinks that his mother, right, is not his mother. He thinks that his mother has been replaced with like a CIA clone.
He's gone off the rails.
That's wearing a mask. He thinks his brothers, they're all wearing like CIA masks.
So schizophrenia is a real thing, apparently.
Man, I got a little short you can play.
I'm queuing it up, brother. Just because fucking why not?
Huh? Fuck you, cunt. Fuck you, what? You can only do this because you get the government behind you. Fuck you, get crazy. Fuck you. This lady right here, look at her ass and legs. She's acting like my 79-year-old mother. But she's not my 79-year-old mother. And it's interesting when you Google Lorraine Abele, our house pops up. Because this lady acts like Lorraine Inouye. But you Google Lorraine Abele, and this house pops up.
Has had a horrible psychotic
and then
break.
You look him, and then my mom's name starts popping up.
Like, God bless.
She's trying to steal everything. And this is not my mother. And I'm putting this up because she's saying that she's going to get an attorney and try to do something. She's trying to throw me out. And if I attack her, she'll try to do something, TRO or something else. But she's...
Go. Come on. Get off the road. Get off the road.
What's up?
Wow, Poke. That's
what do you guys think about that?
I hate to see that. And BJ Penn's been spiraling out of control for a number of years. A few years back, there was video of him getting into street fights and stuff, and post career has been terrible for the guy. And
post career has been horrible.
Yeah, when you start talking that crazy, yeah, hopefully they get him some help because that's the kind of stuff where it's like all of a sudden you're gonna start seeing headlines like, you know, he had a break and he ends up killing somebody or something.
Oh yeah, he's probably not far away from it.
Well, he's that's what I was actually looking for the short where he talked about if he kills these people, he's going to be held liable for it. And he's going to be in trouble, but they're not his family. It's a crazy deal. He's on the brink of possibly murdering his mother. You know, he could choke any of these people out. His brothers, his mom. He could choke them to death easy. He's BJ Penn. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. See, here's the thing. Is there any chance that these people really are CIA?
No.
And his mother has been murdered or kidnapped?
Do you know why? I'll tell you why. Because they don't have the fucking money, resources, or time to waste all that effort on a fucking UFC fighter. That's why.
Well, you know, BJ Penn ran for governor.
Yeah, he did. And how'd that end up for him?
It didn't end well.
Yeah, exactly. Because he was a fucking retard.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Mary Carey ran for governor in California too, and she's batshit crazy porn star.
I voted for her when I was there. I voted for her.
You know,
I did. I voted for her. I didn't give a shit. I got in trouble because with the guy who got kicked out when he was coming through the Marine Corps Air Show one time. The Blue Angels came through. I was working the MP main gate. And I popped a salute for the Blue Angels as they came through. And then 2 minutes later, the governor came through, and I fucking dropped my shit and just turned off. I got yelled at for that, but I didn't really give a fuck. Governor Davis is a douchebag, and he got fucked. Then we got, what's his name? Arnold, who can't pronounce.
Yeah, Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Terrible. He was terrible, governor.
Well, welcome to California. When's the last time they actually had a go at? Oh, that was Reagan. Never mind. Moving on.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. It's
been a while since they've had somebody competent.
It's the most beautiful state in the country. It is the ninja state of this country, and it's run by a bunch of fucking lunatics. There's no better state than California. I'll fight you to the death. There's no better state. You got the beaches, you got surfing, you've got snow in the mountains, you've got the desert, you got everything. I conceived my first child at Pook's wedding. Like fucking boom. Love it out there. Pook, don't you love the desert, man? I love the desert.
Man, I love the ocean.
Yeah.
I love the desert. I love the mountains. California's a beautiful state. It really is. It is a beautiful
if you can afford to live there.
It's got great weather. Well, it used to be when you were growing up, it was relatively affordable back then. When you were growing up, that changed. That has changed. So that brings us to the part of the show where many alls ask me when I try to cut things short, what's happening next in the UFC?
Hey,
right?
what do you think?
Oh, mammy. So the 28th, or the 26th of April is going to be the next fight card. We're going to have a fight night. It's going to be Gary versus Prattis. And then we're going to have May 3rd, we're going to have Sandhagen versus Figueredo, another fight night. And then May 10th, and I actually got a slide for Minnie for that. We're going to have
really?
Yeah, I got a slide for that. It's the last slide I sent you. Number 7. It's going to be Belal Muhammad.
Let's see here where I put it. Put all the sports shots. All right. John Silva?
No, it's Belal Muhammad. Let me take a look at what you got now.
Dude, you're killing me.
Well, I'm just on it.
Oh, there you go. I got it. I found it. No worries.
Just so you can get just so you know what the guys look like that are going to be fighting there. You got Belal Muhammad, and that's the next pay-per-view coming up. versus Jack Della Maddalena, and that's going to happen May 10th. We're going to have Valentino Shevchenko is going to be on that card. Jessica Andrade is going to be at that card. Jose Aldo, another old rooster, he's going to be on that card.
Conor McGregor being on that card?
Man, Conor McGregor ain't never fighting again, man.
No.
He's going to fight. The next time we see him fight, it's going to be in the BKFC.
You know what, Pops?
Sure.
You know when you're digging a hole and you keep digging it? I would advise you to stop digging the fucking hole.
I think Pops knows that Conor McGregor's not fighting again. He's
he fucking brought it up just to get my shit up. That's why he did it.
Because that's your guy. You still like that midget? You still like McNuggets?
I love that dude. One of the best UFC fighters ever. One of the best heels. One of the best promoters, self-promoters in UFC history.
Yeah, the heel thing, I don't think it's an act.
No, probably not. It's a lot of cocaine.
I don't think the heel thing's an act. I really don't.
It's a lot of cocaine.
At one point, I did. At one point, because he's always gracious in defeat and all that. And I don't think the heel
I would like to see him fight one more time. Yeah,
I would too, so I can freaking make some money.
No, I would like him to fight somebody I don't know, that he can't win.
Cowboy Cerrone? Bring
Cowboy
Cowboy Cerrone back so he can kick Cowboy Cerrone's ass again?
That. Let's do that again. Let's bring back Cowboy.
Why would we want to do that? That'd be terrible.
Oh, come on. Let's do that. Let's make that happen. Can I hit the lottery, please, and make that happen? No, God. God's like, no, you're going to suffer, bitch. All right. Anyways, moving on.
You saw the way Patty Plymouth beat the hell out of Michael Chandler, literally beat the hell out of him. He's supposed to fight Michael Chandler. I don't think he's going to beat Michael Chandler, bro. I don't think he's going to beat 38-year-old Michael Chandler. I don't think it's going to happen.
You don't think Connor's going to beat Michael Chandler?
No.
Wow.
If they ever make that fight, and I don't know why they would, because Michael Chandler, especially after
he can't pass the drug test, how the hell is he going to get in a fight?
I say we make a bet on this. If it happens, what do you want to bet?
Sure, whatever you want.
I don't know.
Within reason. I mean, it's a bet I could lose. Something crazy could happen. Something fluke could happen. I mean, there's been all kinds of crazy stuff that happens in MMA. I could lose. There's a bet I could
Connor
lose.
Wins,
but something reasonable, anything you want, pretty much.
If Connor wins, you send me some magic mushroom bar. And
sure.
And if
how many you want? You want a case? You want a case? You want a case of them?
I do want a case.
I mean, yeah, because well, you want to put up I don't know, a bag of donuts up against a case. I mean, because that would be fair. I mean, that would be fair. I don't know if that's a smart bet for me to make. It'd be a fair bet though.
Oh, and if I win, oh God, what do I?
I mean,
want?
we know Connor can beat the shit out of coked up hookers. I mean, we know that.
Yes.
But Chandler's going to be a little bit more formidable. I mean, he's not. It's not like he's fighting. It's not like he's fighting Patty again.
No. God, what do I want? I want another Yankees hat. That's what I want.
So if you win, you get your Yankees hat again. You get to wear your Yankees. That is not a good bet for me because you get to wear your Yankees hat again and pretend that you hate them again.
I do
That's
hate
terrible.
Him. I do hate him. All right, fine. Make it a Boston Red Sox hat. Make it even worse. Because that is my team.
You always liked the Boston Red Sox.
That's my team.
You always liked them, man.
Oh, of course.
Liked the Boston Red Sox.
Only teams suffer more than the Cubs, or suffered as much as the Cubs, was the Red Sox. So
hey, I quit rooting for those guys after they won their first championship, and the fans became so obnoxious I couldn't listen to them.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's pretty bad. It's Boston,
disgusting.
Though. We're gonna win it this year, boys. Oh, we got Alex Bregman. He's going to the Harvard Yard and buying beers and hitting bombs and fucking I get it, but I still love the Red Sox. Man. Can't do nothing.
Yeah, I rooted for him until
Well, we're missing Pterodactyl.
Yeah, what happened to Pterodactyl?
and he fucking fucked off upstairs and probably had to bury a body or something. So, Pops, I guess that means you're up, and I'm going to take a break.
Okay,
Pops,
because
you're
now I
up.
got no video, so
You got no video?
no videos, no slides, so you can go take a break.
All right, sounds good.
Anyway,
Pops, I'm going to hang out with you. But as soon as
cool.
these guys
Glad
get
to
back,
hear
I'm
it.
going to change my hat because this paper mache gets heavy.
There
on my
you
head.
go. Busy weekend in racing. You got NASCAR, you got Formula One, you got NASCAR Cup, Xfinity, and trucks. And as expected, and they got like 25 laps to go. Kyle Larson is dominating Bristol Motor Speedway. He was in line to win all three races, the trucks, the Xfinity, and the Cup race. But they threw a yellow flag right towards the end of the truck race that knocked him back in the standings. So he only got back up to second. So he finished second, first, and he's winning now in first with, I don't know how many laps to go. He's only led 411 of the 470 laps run. So, I mean, he owns Bristol. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. He is nothing short of awesome. Formula One is really changing. The guard is gone. The Red Bull is not even in the top three teams in Formula One right now. McLaren is wiping up the field, winning first and second place. They were in the overall standings. They were Max Verstappen, I think, started 14th at the race in Bahrain. So that's way down for Verstappen. It's kind of hard to believe that he was that far off the pace, but he was. Let's see what else we got on him. He the amazing part of F1 this year is just how these guys are doing. Oliver Piastri won the race at Bahrain. And it looks like George Russell was second. Lando Norris was third. Charles Leclerc fourth. And fifth was Lewis Hamilton. So Lewis Hamilton, again, is the second of Ferrari, because Leclerc was in fourth and Hamilton was in fifth. But Max Verstappen finished out sixth. So he is having a tough time with it, to say the least. It's just it's pretty amazing what is going on now in IndyCar, which is kind of wild. Alex Palou, your perennial champion, 3 out of the last 4 years is Alex Palou is the champion. Pato O'Ward, John's favorite Irishman from Mexico, is sitting in second place. Scott Dixon is in third. Christian Lundgaard is in fourth. And Felix Rosenqvist is in fifth. Now, there's going to be a change, I think, in the lineup, because Kirkwood, who was in sixth place, was starting second. So I think there's going to be a shakeup in the standings. But it's interesting to see. Next year is the year of the changeover of the cars in F1. There's a chance that they go to the V10 series. Remember, the V10 engines were predominant in F1 back when they were legal, but they outlawed them and went down to V8, then down to V6s. Now they look like they're going back up to V10s, but that's probably not going to be till 2028. So 3 years from now.
Okay.
And so far, Honda is kind of poo-pooed the idea, which is kind of wild. But it's going to be interesting to see what Cadillac does, because next year Cadillac is supposed to be in the series, and they haven't introduced their engine yet. So it'll be interesting to see what they come up with. But Andretti will be on the grid next year, and that is what we got going on.
Right on. T, what you got for us, man, while Pook's gone?
Here he comes.
You got some hockey stuff. Something happened in hockey.
Well, yeah, I guess, we'll lead with the obvious story. On Monday, Alex Ovechkin finally did overtake Wayne Gretzky to be the all-time goal-scoring leader. Now, Gretzky still is the all-time points leader, and nobody's probably ever going to catch him on that. He's got more assists than pretty much everybody's got points. So Gretzky was always the guy that, he was guy that made the rest of his team better. But Ovechkin, more of a goal scorer. He did catch Gretzky, and he did it in pretty much about the exact amount of games.
I know that was a weird thing.
Gretzky
I saw a meme of that, and I was like, almost the same amount of games, same time in. Like, holy shit, that's weird.
Now, the one thing with that record, though, too, is Gretzky did have a year in the WHL before the WHL merged into the NHL, and those goals from his year in the WHL didn't count towards his record.
Oh, wow.
So
all right.
So Ovechkin's the all-time NHL goal leader, but yes, the old if you added in Gretzky's 1 year before the merger, that would still put Gretzky.
Well, you got to think though too.
But yeah, it's an amazing.
The dude that got the record this year probably was in minor league before he went up too. So, do you want to count his?
Yeah,
goals?
Yeah, I mean the merger. It's kind of like when the NFL and AFL merged. They were like equal leagues. They were both professional leagues. It's just the NHL took in the other league. So it's not that wasn't his juniors years. That was his that was a professional year. But yeah, Ovechkin did it. He did it against the Islanders. The Islanders ended up winning that game 4-1, though. It was the only goal scored by the Capitals in that game. Still, everybody mobbed them. They got the photo with Gretzky. Gretzky was doing the whole on-tour thing with Ovechkin until he broke the record. So,
right.
I guess now Gretzky doesn't have to follow Ovi around everywhere
No.
now that the record's been broken. And then 2 days after the Islanders beat the Capitals, in that game, the Islanders were eliminated from the playoffs. Looking at the playoff picture, I mean, the playoffs are pretty much set, except for in the Eastern Conference, you got Montreal's holding on to the last wild card spot with 88 points. The only team that's still technically alive that could catch them is the Columbus Blue Jackets. They're sitting at 83 points. So that's the only wild card race in the East. And then in the West, you've got the Minnesota Wild and the St. Louis Blues sitting in the last two wild card spots. Minnesota's at 95 points and St. Louis is at 94 points. The only team that could catch either of them left is the Calgary Flames. Are sitting on 90 points. But other than that, the playoff field is pretty much set. This is going to be the first NHL playoffs in the history of the NHL that one of the Bruins, the Rangers, or the Penguins haven't made the playoffs. All three teams have been eliminated since in NHL history.
Wow.
At least one of those teams has made the playoffs every year until this year. So some it'll be
that must be their version of parity, huh?
The Detroit Red Wings, they now have gone 9 straight years without making the playoffs. I really thought when they got Yzerman to come over from the what he built up at the Lightning to take over as GM that he was going to build them up to back into their glory days, but it just hasn't happened. So another year without the Red Wings in, going on a decade here if they don't make it next year.
That's awesome. Love my Red Wings.
And then another big kind of big deal in the NHL. Gabriel Landeskog, he did not make a return to the NHL yet, but he did skate out for the Avalanche's minor league team, the AHL team, the Colorado Eagles. It's the first time he's played in a professional game since Game 6 of the 2022 Stanley Cup Finals against the Lightning. He's been out with a knee injury. He's the captain of. He still retains his captain's patch for the Avalanche, but he has not been able to play since 2022. So maybe by the playoffs, he might be back on the main Avalanche roster. But
do they have guaranteed contracts, or is he out of shit money wise?
As far as contract stuff goes, yeah, I'm not exactly sure how that works. I'm thinking he was getting paid during that time, but Ivan. All right, what story did I miss with Ivan?
I don't know. Apparently, Chris was very upset about it.
Yeah, there's.
Keeps posting Ivan.
Man, I'm
ready to Google it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ivan was a communist leader.
Yeah.
What?
All right. Did we figure anything out yet?
I don't know. I can't keep looking her up.
All right. That's fine. Moving on. You got anything else?
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I just closed out the closed out what the playoff bracket looked like.
We'll do it next week. No worries.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, next week we'll get it. All right, to talk a little bit of baseball, big thing happened this week. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the born and raised Canadian, the son of one of the craziest hitters of all time, got a 14-year, $500 million deal to the Toronto Blue Jays, which is kind of weird because they suck. And they're only going to suck even worse when they get rid of guys like Springer and all the other guys that are kind of on the thing. They got payroll coming off, but I just to say something about this. Like, I desperately want the Cubs to sign Kyle Tucker to an extension. But after this, Vlad Jr. extension, Kyle Tucker is going to want 15 years and, let's say, $501 million just to be the guy who beat out Vlad Jr.
Yeah.
He's a great fucking player. He's going to take us to the NL Central Division Championship. He's going to take us into the NLCS. Guaranteed. Next week, I'll have my predictions. I know I've been pushing it off, but I'll have my predictions next week for sure in the graphics. But the Cubs are going to the division. They're going to the NLCS. They might go to the World Series. Only reason I'm saying that is because they lost their first game in Tokyo against the Dodgers. That's fine. They lost their second game in the States, in LA. But yesterday, the Cubs whacked the undefeatable lockdown Dodgers 16-0. So we'll see. However, our number 2 pitcher behind Shota Imagaga, Justin Steele, is going to get Tommy John. So that's fucking awesome. So we lose our number 2 ace. So hopefully Jed Hoyer, who
and the Brewers don't have any pitchers left, so I'm not feeling bad for you at all.
Jed Hoyer is the GM of the Cubs. I laughingly refer to him as Theo Epstein if you bought a GM from Temu. We'll see what he's got in his pocket. A lot of crazy other things going on. The Giants off to an amazing start. The NL West is fucking lunatic right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. Ridiculously loaded.
Yeah,
San Diego's 12
and 3. Dodgers getting beat so bad. Hell, they're in third place.
They are in third place. San Diego Padres are 12-3 in first place. San Francisco Giants at 11-4. Dodgers are 11-5 in third place. The Arizona Diamondbacks at 8-7 are in fourth, and the Colorado Rockies, which I don't even know why they have a franchise, is
Yeah,
3-11.
The Rockies are like what the Astros used to be when they
What
were
I
in the
do
NL
know,
Central.
yeah, in the
But
National League,
San Diego got more wins than any other team in MLB.
yes, they do. Well, that happens with playing a little more, 2 more games than anybody else, but yeah, they do. And the NL Central, the Cubs, 10-7 in first place, Milwaukee 8-7, Cincinnati 8-8, who can't seem to hit anything. Oh my God, their pitching is out of this world. Like, they have got one of the best pitching staffs right now on paper. Short sample size, I get it, but I mean, they're nasty. Can't fucking hit the ball.
No.
Which is the weirdest shit ever, because the Reds are usually fucking like, we beat you 8-6 or 9-7. Like, they just out hit you, but not so much.
After
St.
the way
Louis,
after the way the Brewers start, we're just happy to be above 500.
right.
After those first 4 games where they were giving up, what was it, like 11 runs a game on average for the first 4 games? It was like I was just already getting ready to go on Amazon and or whatever and find that bottle of Redbreast for you and send it out to you already.
Yes.
Like, well, this is over already. But they fought their way back. But they, their pitching needs help right now.
Yeah, you're gonna owe me a bottle of Redbreast tea. That's all.
Yeah, the way it's going, but at least they fought their way back into it right now.
Yeah, I'll give those plucky boys in Milwaukee a tip of the cap, but it's not gonna end well. I'm gonna get a beautiful bottle of whiskey for it. St. Louis had a hot start. Pittsburgh Pirates can't raise it. Can't raise the flag, Pirates. Not doing welly. Lost one of their best pitchers due to elbow injury. Weird. And Paul Skeens, despite the fact that he has the hottest girlfriend in Major League Baseball, and I'm sure a lot of people had fun with her on the piano photo shoot, but it doesn't help the Pirates win games. So moving on.
You see that then too, that the drama with Roberto Clemente's family and the Pirates this week.
No.
Apparently, one of those part of the stadium, they had one of the Roberto Clemente number memorial things. They got them all over the stadium, but one that
number 21,
gets on camera quite a bit. They sold advertisement in that area, so they took down it and they put the advertisement there. They didn't take. I mean, there's still plenty of other Roberto Clemente stuff up around the stadium. It's not like, but it's like basically the organization was saying that was a placeholder until we could sell that area, and they're gonna have to pay Skeens eventually, so they probably want to sell as much advertising around.
They're not gonna pay him ever. He's gone.
He's probably. I mean, they're probably going to lose him.
If he stays healthy, I don't know how much. You know what? Maybe I could look this up real quick. I'll go to his Baseball Reference page real quick. Let's see, Paul. Why would I give a fuck about Paul Goldschmidt? What the fuck is wrong with you? Paul Skeens. There he is. All right. Yeah. Let's see if he gets contract. Bio uniform. Salary. Drafted. Debut. Rookie status. Source time. Eligible for the. Oh fuck! It doesn't tell me how long he's under contract. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because they're not going to sign that dude. There's no way. If he stays healthy, get the fuck out of here. There is just no way Pittsburgh Pirates are going to pony up for that. He's going to the Dodgers. He's going to the Cubs. He's going to the Yankees or the Red Sox or the Rangers. People will actually spend money on players. So, anyways, there we go. Got back out of there. Other than that, like, I don't have too much other shit to talk about baseball. Like next week, I'm gonna do my predictions, have my graphics. I promise. I know it's 2 weeks in a row. I said I'm gonna do it, but I will have it. We're gonna talk about torpedo bats, which is very fun. That's a new thing in baseball. People are losing their minds over.
That's how the Brewers got their season started. They went up
against the Yankees.
Got bombed
Well, to be honest,
the whole league was just talking about the torpedo.
I watched the
bats.
highlights. I watched the highlights of that game, and torpedo bat or not, those are all dingers. Those are all yard shots for sure. Like you just can't throw a baseball there against a Major League Baseball hitter and expect them not to launch it into outer space. Like it's
a thing too. And the Brewers got Cortez from Nestor Cortez from the Yankees, and
he had
we're pretty familiar with him. So I don't know if he was tipping his pitches or if, they just got used to his mechanics from his time there. But yeah, they had him scouted out pretty well. He did a lot better in his second start, but they would have been better off, holding Cortez out for that series and playing him on opening day against the Royals in Milwaukee, which got crushed that game too, like 11-2 or something. And then they had a 5-0 win and finally turned things around. To get
Chris
where they
says
are now.
Paul Skeens after this year he's up. Oh boy, that's gonna be huge. That's gonna be the number one free agent for sure.
So if he doesn't get traded by the end of this year,
nobody's. Well, I mean that you know what,
the Pirates might try to offload him and get build for the future, because if you're not going to keep him,
or just continually being in like third.
Yeah, well, I mean the Pirates are always doing that, but I mean it's better. It's better to trade him away and get something for him than to just.
I guess it would make sense because you're not going to pay him. Everybody knows you're not going to pay him, so you trade him as a rental. But who do you trade him to? I mean, who's got the
somebody
prospect?
That's in the playoff? And somebody.
Paul Skeens got Cy Young votes last year. All right. So what I'm trying to get across is the fact that who has the prospects to make that deal? It's not just about money. It's about you're taking a rental, right? If his contract's up after this year, he's a rental. You have got to have a fucking stacked farm system to fucking the Pittsburgh Pirates to go, yeah, we'll do that. Other than that, because you're not dealing with money, you're just dealing with, hey, I'm giving up this guy who's worth a ton. What do you got for me? And if you don't have a fucking just a train full of prospects,
if he goes to one of these organizations that has the money, they trade for him and then they sign him as soon as
possibly,
extension as soon as they get him there.
That's what I'm saying. But like, how much do you want to give up? Do the Cubs want to give up? That
doesn't seem to bother the Dodgers at all. They spend.
Yeah, they don't give two fucks. So I mean, Paul Skeens to the Dodgers. Yeah. And look, I had a fun time this weekend watching the Cubs and the Dodgers. First game we lost 3-0. It was a great game, a pitcher's duel. I loved it. I was all in it. Last night, fucking Cubs destroyed the unbeatable fucking stacked Dodgers. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But last place I want to see Paul Skeens go to is the Dodgers. I'd love him to go to I
don't think anybody wants that.
Yeah, the Cubs.
I think anybody wants to see the Dodgers get anybody else.
I'd be okay if Paul Skeens went to Boston. I'd be fine with that because that's my number 2 team, despite what Poop thinks. But anyways, that wraps up my MLB segment. I guess
San Diego will spend the money too. The Padres.
Yeah, well, they're kind of in a weird place. Like they just extended Jackson Merrill. For I don't know how many years. They breaded up Jackson Merrill, one of their big prospects, who came up and has delivered. So they signed him to a big extension. But it's San Diego.
Are they going to stay in San Diego or are they going to move?
No, they're going to stay.
All right.
Other than that, final thoughts. I guess first in, first out. Poop, what you got, baby?
Well, the Bulls just won their final game of the regular season, which is forcing a game to get a play-in game for the playoffs against Miami. They killed the 76ers, covered the spread. When the Bulls traded away their team, I was sad. And they say as a GM, if you listen to the fans, you're going to be sitting in the stands with the fans, right? Well, they might have been right, and the Bulls are red hot. They're going to be playing the Miami Heat here. They'll be playing the Miami Heat to play their way into the playoffs this Wednesday. I'm going to be rooting on my Bulls. Let's go Bulls. That's my final thoughts. Poop's out. God bless everybody.
All right. Pterodactyl, what you got?
Dean, I'm sorry I ruined the bar for you last night on your birthday. Yeah. Plans came up and then they got wrecked. Sorry about that. I screwed it up. I dropped the ball.
You only hurt yourself by not watching that card. It was a beautiful card.
Yeah.
Beautiful. One of the best pay-per-views I've seen in a while. I know I say that every once in a while, but this really was. It was a good prelim. You watched a good prelim. The prelims were good. I watched all the prelims as well. A good card. Good card all the way.
It's not really a league that registers anything that we talk about, but if you watch the last episode of RWS Muay Thai that was on, there was a nasty leg break in the very first fight. It was a woman's fight. Had a woman Anderson Silva her leg 17 seconds into the fight.
Oh,
it was like she went for the kick. The Thai fight, it was a Spanish woman. She went for the kick, and this Thai woman put her knee up, shin hit right on the knee. And when she went to go stand on her foot after the kick, her foot folded up to her shin. It was nasty.
I'll be looking that up right after I look up some cartel murder videos. And some jihadists cutting people's some jihadists cutting people's throats and stuff. Right after I look up some Ukraine videos of Russian soldiers getting killed by drones, I'll be watching that. That's when I'll be watching that.
Yeah, you don't think the Russians getting killed? It's all the Koreans are getting killed now.
All right, Pops. Final thoughts, real quick.
I missed the fights last night because somehow they scheduled them against the Xfinity race. And that was going to be, again, I'm talking about Kyle Larson dominating Bristol. So I was having to watch Larson do his thing. So anyway, we missed the big fights. However, I guess the fight of the night was the big win by Patty.
There you go.
Definitely.
All right, without further ado, remember, never take a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Thank you all for being a part of the show. Thank you all for tuning in. Remember, we're live on Rumble, YouTube, and Facebook, unfortunately, still. But we'll see you next weekend, hopefully with the bar and Sports Church as well, right here on Barrack Sparta Media.
I'm pretty tired. Think I'll go home now.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
This place is under new management.